dumps it deep in West Genesee territory. Back after McDowell, the defenseman. He rips it around the boards for Alfieri. Alfieri drops it off to Fisher. Fisher's head man to the Massena line and in the zone. Here comes Zyka. Zyka has it knocked away. His shot followed up. In behind the net it goes. Here's Zyka looking to center. It's knocked away. Out toward the blue line, kept it to the point. Knocked down in front by Colin Lazare. He'll backhand it the other way to center ice. And this number 10, Bill Zyka, is a heck of a hockey player, so you'll be watching him. Puck dumped deep, and it was deflected into the West Genesee zone as the Raiders make a wholesale line change. Here comes West Genesee back the other way. Tom Alfieri just dumps it deep as the Wildcats will do the same. Puck in the Massena zone, in behind the net. Ramo with it. He flips it around the boards. Catanzari trying to move it ahead toward the blue line and out to center ice. Ramo trying to come up with it. He knocks it away into the corner. Back after it there is Pinto, the defenseman, flipping it around the boards. Stolen by Pinto again. He'll go the other way. Here's Zach Dupree. Hits the back of the mesh. Wraparound attempt. Short side shot. Save made. And the first save of the game is off Catanzari's stick. And down the ice it goes for icing as the first shot on net.
Yes, and sophomore Zach Dupree doing the legwork in behind the net. Good effort out there. Just mentioned this West Genesee club coming undefeated, 6-0, entering this afternoon's contest. And as you mentioned, defending state champions, good-looking club. Raiders have their hands, their work cut out for them here this afternoon.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Ramo's line staying out there. Ramo's got the puck, takes it into himself behind the net. Centering pass right in front, and it goes in behind again off a stick. There's a battle for it. The puck comes free to Catanzari. Adam trying to go back to the point, but it's intercepted, and back comes West Genesee. That's Josh Platt. Nice stick handling move, takes it wide. Sharp angle shot goes across the goal mouth. Back to the point, kept in at the point by the defenseman. It comes to Ramo, or I should say Aaron Leduc, and he'll move it out. Here's Leduc with it. Long headman pass. Catanzari gets a stick on it, deflects it deep in West Genesee territory. Back after is Pagula, the defenseman. Comes out right side of his net. Stolen away there. Here's an opportunity for Hall. Brandon Hall in the corner. He gets knocked down. The puck underneath him. Now there's bodies flying all over. Squirts free to Duffy. He'll move it out. That's one of two Duffy brothers, Colin Duffy. And he dumps the puck in the Massena zone. And Raiders move it right back out. That's Tubolino. McDonald makes the headman pass. We'll talk about him in a moment when we get a break here as to why he left the game last night. Here's Zach Dupree in the corner, looks to center, but it goes behind the net. Back to pick it up is Jamie Bova. Bova trying to clear the zone, kept in by Tubolino. His shot wide, bounces all the way back to the other point, and here comes West Genesee into the Massena zone. They're going to make a line change, though, and they dump it deep. And the line change is coming fast and furious, Coach.
Yeah, I like to see that. Short, hard shifts.
Puck at the red line, dumped to the Massena line, just trickles in the zone. It's picked up there by Zyka, makes a nice move in front. Shot, save made, and he's got it. As Dusty DeLille didn't know where it was at first, but then he covered up. As Zyka came in on the left side and shifted gear, went right around the Massena defenseman, got a good chance.
You talked about him a moment ago. Bill Zyka, senior, not too big. Looks like he's about 5'10", maybe 165 pounds, but he came down his off wing and shifted into gears and walked right around the Raider defenseman at the dot, and good save by Dusty DeLille.
Off the face-off, the puck in behind the net, controlled by Zyka. He's taken into the boards. The bouncing puck comes free. Raiders try to move it along the boards, and they do momentarily. Zyka steals it again, gets a shot off, and Dusty makes the save and holds on for the face-off because Zyka was right on top of him.
The class lineups for both these clubs, both of them with their 6 starting defensemen, 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and 2 sophomores, so pretty evenly matched up there. And upperclassmen at West Genesee starts 6, and the Raiders start 7, juniors and seniors up front.
Fisher against Rupert off the puck across the goal mouth will come to Thomas Menkes, and he just flips it down the ice. I think that will go far enough for icing as the whistle blows, and we'll come back in the zone. On the Snyder and Snyder scoreboard, it's 0-0 in the first period. 49 left in the first period.
And I want to apologize to Thomas Menkes. Yesterday I was trying to take a goal away from him last night, saying that was his first goal, but I don't know, I marked that down, that Alex Bay game, down in the assist column when he had that big goal. So Thomas is one of the team leaders with 2 goals in this early season.
Whitkup's line back out there now off the face-off. Puck in the circle underneath Whitcup as he got knocked down, gets back up and gets it to Michaud. Michaud drops it in behind Leduc. Leduc looking on the wing. Oh, he's going to go to Whitcup. Whitcup looks up ice, has it knocked away, gets it back again, Leduc, and he'll flip it on the backhand of the neutral zone. Picked up by Callback, the defenseman. He'll flip it ahead. Massena zone, racing in after it. Here's a chance for McConaughey. McConaughey in behind the net. He just flips it to the open wing in the corner. Trying to chase it down there is Mikio. Mikio looks to center. It bounces in the slot. Off a leg, back to the point. The shot through traffic is wide, and along the boards it goes. Again, it's Platt. Rubbed off the play, but he comes up with it again behind the net, looks to circle and falls down, and the puck comes bouncing free, not out of the zone. Dumped right back in behind the net, and here's a backhander gloved by DeLille. Dusty a little bit overcommitted on the other side and had to get back quickly, but he did, and gloved the puck as it was coming back toward the net.
Raiders running around a little bit on that last shift, and Dusty DeLille, big save, and he needed it at the right time. Massena had to make a line change out there. I'll tell you, that number 25, Nick Pinto, has got some shot from the point.
Face off right side. Ramo out there now. That's Ryan Ramo with Catanzarite and Dupree. They had a pretty good first shift out there. Let's see what they can do here. Raiders move it down the ice. Will it be far enough for icing? I think they waved it off. And the puck, Dupree in behind. He's ridden hard into the boards. Now a check thrown by Paquin, but the puck squirts free, and it's Colin Duffy. Duffy's headman of the Massena line. There's a battle there. Ramo trying to move it ahead, knocked away from him. He gets it right back again, flips it ahead on the wing. Here comes Paquin, right back to Ramo, give and go. Ramo takes it across into the zone. Ramo right side gets a shot off, it's wide. It comes to Paquin on the other side, he dumps it in behind the net. Ramo knocks it down there, bounces away from him. It's going to be picked up by Colin Duffy. Duffy right on the headman out to center ice. Intercepted there, Southwick, and he'll dump it back from Massena inside as the Raiders make a line change. Puck picked up by the Wildcat defense, and he flips it around the boards, but it's stolen by Zach Dupree, who's still out there. Dupree trying to center, and he has it knocked away. Bouncing puck along the boards, controlled again by West Jenny. They move it to the blue line. Leduc can't keep it in. He'll take it back in the zone. Raiders have to get onside. They never did. So now finally they do, but the Wildcats control the puck. Not out of the zone. Now it trickles across the blue line and out to center ice. Knocked away there by Pagula to the line and across. Here comes Zyka again. Oh, he makes a good move, but it's poke checked at the last second by Massena defenseman Colin Lazaire. Puck around the boards in the corner, controlled by West Genesee to the blue line. Here's a shot knocked down, bounces it behind McDonald. Massena comes up with it, flips it to the neutral zone. Picked up there on the defense by West Genesee. They move it ahead. Bouncing free to the Massena line, and Leduc will pick it up. Lifted high in the air, it's knocked down by Zyka. Takes it back in offside. Have a whistle and a face-off with 9:12 left in the first period on the Snyder and Snyder scoreboard at 0-0.
I know assistant coach Brian Levac will be telling his young defensive corps, don't, when Zyka comes down, don't play the puck on that youngster. But he's very deceptive.
Off the face-off, here's an opportunity in front. Nice pass, nice shot, save. Rebound, bounces in behind the net. Good save by Dusty DeLille. Puck along the boards. Raiders out of the zone. And Mankey battles for it. I should say Rupert gets it out of the center ice, back in the zone. Nick Tolson off the boards to the line. Picked up there. Well, Rupert has a piece of it. Now Ramo comes in. That's Aaron Ramo. He'll dump it from the red line deep in West Jenny territory. In behind the net and around the boards it goes. Here's Mikio. Doesn't clear the zone. Kept in by Rupert. He'll flip it in behind the net for Ramo. Aaron Ramo steps by a check. Ramo with it. Takes it in the corner right side. Goes back to Mankeys. He deflects it in front. There's a battle. And coming out is Bova to cover it up. And he'll hold on for the faceoff. 8:24 left first period. No score on the Snyder and Snyder scoreboard.
Nice move by Thomas Menke as the puck was thrown around the wall, and he was on the wall behind the goaltender to his right. He just redirected it out in front off the skate. Looked like it was intentional, and if it was, an excellent move by Thomas Menkes.
Whitcup back out there. He'll face Fisher. Right side off the draw. Bouncing puck to Leduc. Winds up his shot right on. The save made, and a good one. I don't think Bova saw it till it actually hit his pad. But the save is made, and the Raiders try to keep the pressure on. Whitcup steals the puck in the corner. Goes to Michaud. Michaud has it knocked away. The bouncer picked up by Fisher. He moves to the blue line out to center ice. Intercepted by Leduc. He'll dump it right back inside West Jenny territory. In behind the net. Picked up by Pinto. Ripping it around the boards. Kept in there. Is it still in the zone? It's out to center ice. Just barely, though. Picked up there by Alfred. He'll backhand it deep in Massena territory. Colin Lazaire with it. Flips it around the boards to Levine. Levine on the offside out of the zone. That'd be the right side. Here's Levine. Stick handling. Has it knocked away. Whitcup tries to follow up. Has it knocked away. dumped right back inside Massena territory by Nick Pinto. Now they'll make a change. The Raiders in their own zone. Here comes the blue wave, but Massena moves it out to center ice. Back inside Massena territory, Leduc picking it up there. They'll cross ice it over to Lazaire. Lazaire moves it ahead for Whitcup, gets by him. Intercepted, dumped back in the Massena zone by defenseman Abert. Off the boards to Michaud. Michaud trying to drop it to Whitcup. No, it's going to be Lazaire clearing to the blue line, not out. Kept in at the point. Around the other side, Leduc going after, right side of his own net, in the Massena zone for the Raiders. Leduc has it poked away, comes to no. He lifts it on the backhand out to center ice. Control there as the Raiders want to make a line change. Here comes Abrams, and knocked away. Back to him again, he'll dump it deep in Massena territory. In behind the net, circles, looks ahead, cross ice pass is deflected by Ramo all the way down the ice, but not far enough for icing. Back after it is Pagula. Pagula loses it. It's Ramo. Catanzarite in front, and the puck came from behind the net, deflected off a leg right on, and Bova has to cover up as he's got Catanzarite right on top of him.
Came out in front, Bova held on, but for the Raiders, no white shirts out there, all blue. They've got to get somebody in that slot area, but good pace through this first half of the first period. The Raiders playing good defensive zone coverage, and this club, this West Genesee club, they make that good transition. When they gain possession, they turn and go.
Off the face-off, Paquin's line out for Massena. Puck comes back to the blue line, and it's out to center ice. Platt to the Massena. Southwick is there to backhand it to Toth. Toth knocked away. Comes to Southwick. He gathers it in. Looking for Ramo on the wing. He'll dump it from the red line deep in West Genny territory. Back after Moulton. He loses to Catanzarite. Catanzarite trying to center it, but he fanned on the pass, and back comes West Genny. Did they clear the zone? They do. Ramo picks up the puck again. He's got a man caught deep, Paquin. Now he's going to have to wait and flip it backhand in the zone. Moulton back after it again along the boards. And Ramo trying to do some damage there, ties it up, gets it free. Catanzarite trying to pass to himself, knocked away, comes back to the blue line out to center ice. Southwick's backhand pass knocked away. He throws it. Jumped in the zone by Platt, and in behind the net it goes. The bouncing puck comes along the boards to the blue line. Raiders control it, not out of the zone yet. And finally, Southwick backhands it to the blue line and barely out to center ice. Here's Ramo all by himself. He just got blindsided. And boy, I'll tell you, he had gotten rid of the puck, but they don't call a penalty. Now the delay offsides on Massena. And it comes to the Raiders zone. Back after it is Leduc. Leduc in behind the net, gets pulled off the puck. And it's cleared into the corner to Zach Duke. He banks it out to center ice. Bouncer, almost stolen away by McDonald. Back inside Massena territory. Leduc has lost his stick. I don't know if he's got a broken stick or it's just lost, but he goes to get some more lumber. Meanwhile, the puck goes in the zone, and after it is Hall, he's ridden hard into the board by Callback, the defenseman. Now McDonald centers it as the puck squirted away. Along the boards it goes, and it's picked up there by the Wildcats. They got a man breaking it. Zyka gets by Leduc. Here's Zyka in front. Shot. By Massena goaltender Dusty DeLille. Now the puck in the corner. Here's Zyka again, backhander. He fired it off wide, right across the goal mouth. In behind Zyka again. He gets tied up and then gets free. Here's Zyka coming in front. Finally, it's poke checked away by Massena. That was Nick Tubolino that got a piece of it. Not out of the zone. Bounces in the corner. Now there's a couple of bodies falling. It comes bouncing to the blue line and out to center ice as the Raiders take the pressure off. 4 minutes even left to play in the period, and on the scoreboard it's still 0-0. In the zone again. Back after we have a whistle as Lotus goes after it, but the whistle blows, and I think we're going to have an offsides and a face-off moving outside the zone.
I'll tell you, we talked before, Bill Zyka, they certainly can't give him an extra room. You give that youngster room, and he's just going to burn you. Great speed. You mentioned before about young Ryan Ramo. Welcome to my world. He was introduced to a thundering check by Tom Alfieri. That just goes to prove you got to, when you let go of that puck, you got to look around and see a blue shirt coming. Keep your head up.
That's right. Here comes Nick Toth with it. He'll dump it deep inside West Genny territory, and goaltender Bova takes it off the backboard and holds on for the faceoff.
And the West Genesee Wildcats haven't played Massena since 1984. We're talking to Coach Calabuffo before the game, and that's, he believes, back in 1984 in the Ogdensburg tournament that Massena and West Genny hooked up.
Off the faceoff, puck controlled by Massena. They dump it in. I think that was probably Rupert that got the backhand shot there. Puck in the circle. To the blue line, out to center ice. Stolen away by Rupert again. He'll flip it deep. Back after it is defenseman Moulton in behind his own net. Flips it on the wing as they move it out of the zone. That's Duffy. Duffy skates it ahead, gets by a check, takes it out, has it kicked away, gets it right back again. Duffy from the red line, dumping it right on. DeLille makes the save, and he'll leave it. Well, he'll flip it ahead. I thought he was going to leave it. He goes ahead to Ramo. Ramo's headman pass. Raiders move it up the ice. Here comes Rupert, kind of overskated, and the puck knocked away. Back to the Massena line again. Nick Toth will gather it in. Here's headman. Goes to Ramo. Ramo gets checked heavily into the boards right by the penalty box, but manages to tie it up, and the whistle blows, and we'll have a face-off with 2:54 left in the first period. 0-0 on the Snyder and Snyder scoreboard.
We talked about thundering checks. Well, Colin Lazare just laid a lick on number 16, Jason McConaughey, and he's going to the bench in some kind of discomfort. He just got blitzed right on the red line. Colin Lazare put the lumber to him with the body. Good check, solid check.
Robbie Whitcup out there to face it off against Josh Begley. Off the draw, the puck in the zone. Here comes with it. Knocked up. Here's a shot right on. Puck cleared into the corner. Good save by Dusty DeLille, by the way. Here comes Michaud with Whitcup. Michaud gets a shot off, save made, rebound, bounces in behind the net. Michaud right across the goal mouth. Puck bouncing free, comes to Levine in the corner, back to Leduc at the point, winds up, and it's blocked. And they'll clear the zone right now, out to center ice. Here comes West Jennings. To the Massena zone, they'll dump it into the corner. Racing after it there is Begley. It gets tied up. DeLille comes out to play it back toward the blue line, kept it at the point, dumped around the board. In behind the net, Southwick throws a check. The puck comes to Michaud. Michaud, nice move, moves it ahead and bangs it out to center ice. Bounces to the blue line of West Jenny. They'll move it ahead to the middle. Back across it comes. Here comes a chance along the boards to the blue line. A shot deflected right on. Big save made by goaltender Dusty DeLille on a puck that changed direction. Puck along the board. Here's a shot. Away. Comes out by the blue line out to center ice. And Paquin makes a nice move there. Now he circles back, waits for his wings, flips it ahead. It's intercepted and comes to the Massena line across. By Catanzari. Catanzari, headman to Paquin. He'll bang it off the boards and take a check. The puck bouncing in behind the net, around the boards to the blue line, kept in at the point momentarily. Here comes a 3-on-1 the other way. Here comes a shot. Say made the rebound into the corner and in behind the net. Oh, DeLille made a great save on the Massena defenseman coming back as first guy in was Zyka, and he elected to shoot the puck. He was 3-on-1. He elected to shoot the puck. DeLille made the save. The puck. And coming back, the Massena defenseman almost knocked it in the net.
Great save by Dusty DeLille. He made another great one just before that when Pagula took the shot from the point, and number 8, Billy Fisher, directed it. That's what they talk about goaltender playing.
Shot right on. That shot taken right off the draw by Dusty, and Dusty holds on for the face-off.
Dusty probably did the first in the right spot at the right time, and that's half the battle. And we can lay a lot of that credit to assistant coach Craig Sidden, who works with the goaltenders, and he's up an eye in the sky this afternoon.
Whitcup's line out there off the draw. Puck clear to the blue line. Puck dumped in the corner. Behind the net it goes. They battle for it there. It comes bouncing in front. Is cleared to the circle. Out Levine. Here's Levine down the left wing, right wing side. Trying to poke it ahead deep in the zone. In behind the net it goes. And Donnie Wood, the official, just got nailed. Accidentally, of course, as the whistle will blow. Donnie ended up on his backside as the Massena forward, Levine, was moving the puck down the right sideboard, and there was just a big collision of players and official.
West Genesee Wildcats wearing their road royal blue uniforms trimmed with white and gold, blue helmets, black pants, and blue stockings. The Raiders in their home red, white, and blue.
Off the draw, here's a shot. Michaud, great glove save by Bova as Robbie Whitcup picked Billy Fisher's pocket right to Michaud, right on net, but great save.
Great play, great draw, great shot, but a better save by goaltender Bova. That was a big-time save.
Face off again, same place, right side in the West Jenny zone. Off the draw. This time nobody wins it. It kind of goes in the corner. Whitcup battling for it. And the puck in the circle, controlled by West Genesee, and the defenseman Callback, who moves it ahead. To the Massena line goes Fisher. Nice drop pass. There's a backhander in front shot. Big save, DeLille. In the corner. Great save by Dusty DeLille. Massena moving it back the other way. Here comes Levine with 20 seconds left in the period. Raiders want a line change as Levine heads off. Whitcup still out there, almost steals the puck. Comes to Michon, quick snapshot, rebound, another save. 2 saves by Bova. Puck in the corner. 8 seconds left. Raiders trying to come up with it. It's cleared around the boards to the blue line. Toth can't keep it in. Here's a chance for Zyke. One, and he's going to run out of time against Robbie Whitcup, and we'll be ready to start the second period. We're scoreless here at the Massena Arena. Off the draw comes the Massena line. Nick Toth. Here's Toth taking it ahead. Takes it into the zone. Nice drop pass to Whitcup. He goes back to Michaud. Michaud trying to center it, but it's cleared back to the blue line. And here comes Alfieri breaking in. Shot, save made. And DeLille just came out far enough where Alfieri had nothing to shoot at.
Well, he challenged the shooter. Great move by Dusty DeLille.
He dumps it deep, and that's going to be, well, should have been icing. They didn't call it, though, and the puck comes in behind the net. Around the boards, Michaud. Michaud's headman doesn't clear the zone. Dumped high in the air, goes into the corner, knocked down by Zyka. Zyka to Fisher. Now there's going to be a penalty on Michaud. That's going to be hitting from behind.
Hitting from behind or a cross check. We'll wait and see. Probably hitting from behind as he took Zyka, or no, Fisher, I think that is. Is it number 8
Yep,
down there? He
Fisher.
took Billy Fisher into the
Cross
boards.
check, yep.
And Aaron Michaud is going to go to the sin bin for a minute and a half. And the Raiders have not given up a power play goal this year. Let's just hope that can continue.
They haven't scored too many, but what, just one?
1 out of 10, but the opposition is 0 for 8 on their power play.
Hope it's 0 for 9. Of
I
course,
hope
you know
so.
who's out there. Zyka. Fisher will take the face-off. Fortunately, he was not hurt. Off the draw, Toth. Back it out to center ice. Picked up there by McDowell. And moving back to play the other point is Alfieri. Here's Zyka in the corner. Takes it in behind the net, and the puck taken away from him nicely by Massena defenseman Aaron Leduc, and he fires it down the ice. We've got Catanzarite out there along with Toth and puck in behind the net. Picking it up there is Alfieri. Pulling away. Lines up the shot, and he took the big wind up and allowed the player to get in front and block the shot, so it never made it on net. Here's Toth after it in the corner. He and Zyka go together. Zyka gathers it in, clears it back to the blue line, and try to have it bounce away. It goes back to Zyka. The shot save, rebound in front, goes in behind the net. They move it around, in behind. That's Fisher with it. Fisher goes to Zyka, right side. Back to the point it goes. That's Alfieri. Back to Zyka. Here's Zyka, winds up, shot, fired it wide. Puck around the boards now. Still no score in the hockey game. Out by the blue line, controlled by the defenseman McDowell. He flips to Zyka at the 45. Back to the point. Zyka gets it right back again. Dumps it deep, right in front. Here's the shot. Shot saved, score! That's Zyka getting the goal on the rebound. And a power play goal, Massena's first one they gave up with 14 seconds left in the man advantage, gives West Jenny the lead.
And Dusty DeLille had no chance of that. He had made 2 or 3 stellar saves in that sequence, and but he just couldn't. Zyka picked up the rebound about 15 feet out in the slot, and he made no mistake as he beat Dusty low to the glove side. Unusual power play that you see a defenseman. Sometimes Moulton, who plays the defense, is up forward on the power play. And he's not a big guy that you're going to plunk in front of the net. So that's an unusual formation by West Genesee.
Off the face-off, puck in the circle, and Hall comes up with it, and is falling down, flips it deep in West Jenny territory. Towards it goes to the 45 as the Wildcats look to move it out to center ice, and finally do. That's Platt with it. Platt from the red line dumps it deep in Massena territory. In behind the net it goes. Lazaire trying to come up with it. He can't. Now he does. Bangs it ahead, but not out of the zone. Kept in at the point by defenseman Masters. Masters in behind. Masters trying to come up with it in behind the net. Here's a sharp angle shot. Save made, rebound right across the goal mouth. Comes back to the circle and out to center ice. McDonald makes a good play. His headman right back in front, shot, score! Hall gets his first varsity goal. The Raiders tie it up on a beautiful 3-way passing play.
Brandon Hall finishing off a beautiful three-way passing play, as you mentioned, Jerry. Eric McDonald did great work lugging the puck out of his own end, made a diagonal rink-wide pass to Zach Dupree on that right side, and Dupree stretched the defense, and then when he got the defenseman coming to him, he slid it back, and big number 19, Brandon Hall, wasted no time, redirected it by goaltender Bova low to the glove side, and the Raiders have tied it up.
Well, you know, interestingly enough, all three players made great plays on that. You know, McDonald did a good job getting it out of the zone. Nice pass. As you mentioned, Dupree's good play, and Brandon Hall finishing it off. Off the face-off, puck in the corner now. Raiders control it right in front, bounces free, and goes in behind the net. Mankey's after it there. Thomas looking to wrap it around. Takes it in behind, he's still got it. Here's Mankey's with it, looks to center, has it knocked away. Bouncing puck, right across the but nobody there. To the blue line. Yeah, no, it comes out to center ice. Bouncing puck, dumped by Mankeys, and that'll go up into the stands. And I'll tell you what, these guys, Mankeys and Rupert and Ramo, aren't very big, but hard to get the puck away from them.
I'll tell you, they move the puck, they cycle it probably as well as any of the Raiders units, and they're tied with that line with the Whitcup line as points so far in the season. Those two goals coming 45 seconds apart. The first one, Zyke at 1:56, and at 2:41, Brandon Hall, his first varsity goal.
Of course, here comes Zyke again. I'll finish my thought in a moment. Nice headman pass, shot blocked by Massena defenseman Aaron Leduc. Puck around the boards. Now they tied up in behind Fisher with it. Fisher looks to go back to the point, which is wide open. Here's a shot, goes wide. It was deflected, I think, by the Massena defenseman. Puck into the corner, bouncing in behind the net. Fisher gets tied up there by Whitcup. The puck goes free, and Whitcup's there to pick it up. No, nice pass, goes right by Zyka. Here's Whitcup to Michaud. Michaud lost it in his skate, has it knocked away. Toth backhands it. Here's Fisher. Takes it across again. Here's the drive. Glove saved by DeLille. He'll hold on for the faceoff. Now, as I started to say, how important was it? There's going to be a penalty, I believe, on both, I think. Matching 11s will go to the penalty box as Michaud picks up a penalty for Massena and Moulton for West Genesee. How important was it for Massena to get that one back?
Oh, very important. As we talk about many times, it's right after the opposition scores, you break back on your heels, and you want to answer the bell, and Massena did. It's so important. Back and show them that we can put one in also.
Robbie Whitcup will take the face-off against McConaughey. Off the draw, Levine lugs it to center ice from the red line, dumps it deep. Puck bounces in behind. After it is Pagula, the defenseman behind the net. He rips it around the boards. Whitcup gets a piece of it. Back to the point. Lazaire shot. Kick save made. Puck in behind. Levine battles for right in front. Whitcup! And he hit the side of the net, gets it back again. Here's Whitcup with it. He's got his point man, Lazaire. Lazaire across. Here's a shot by Southwick, knocked down in front, and the bouncer comes in the corner. His bodies are flying. Puck along the boards. Whitcup skates into the fray. Try to come up with it, but it's taken away by Platt. Here's Platt, over skates, now moves it ahead, out to center ice. He's got a man breaking, and he could have had a 2-on-1, but he ices the puck, and the Raiders catch a big break right there.
Great pressure by that Whitcup, Michaud, and Chris Levine. Levine in just mucking in there and causing all kinds of havoc. The Raiders got it back to the point, back to Lazaire in that left point. He slid it across to Southwick, and he one-timed that shot through traffic. I don't know if Bova saw it. The puck was laying there, but Raiders couldn't quite get to it. Good pressure by Robbie Whitcup's line.
State Farm Insurance scoreboard says 1-1. Massena West Jenny. Ramo out to take the draw for Massena. Off the face-off, Leduc whacks at it. He gets a piece of it. Now the puck comes free. Here's Paquin. Lifts it in front to Ramo, but, you know, he can't handle that bouncing puck, so the puck goes into the corner. He tried to do the right thing. But back to the point, Leduc. Flips it along the boards. Here's Paquin with it. Back to the point. Leduc winds up the shot through trap. Ooh, that deflected into the corner. That went just wide as it changed direction. Puck along the boards as they battle for it there. Paquin going after it. He can't come up with it. There's still a battle. Paquin gets a stick on it. He gets tied up. The blue line out to center ice. Leduc can't control it. Dump free. That's going to be another icing. Or did they wave it off? No, they wave it off. And Nick Toth will have to come up as West Jenny looks to make a line change. Toth, headman, goes by Paquin. Intercepted, dumped back into the Massena zone. In behind the net, Toth after it. He throws a check. The bouncer comes into the corner. Picked up by Colin Duffy. Duffy dumps it back on the other side. Paquin just leaves it for his defenseman. Leduc moves it to the blue line, not out of the zone. Now it's intercepted by Paquin. He'll flip it high in the air on the glass, and it goes up into the stands. We'll have a face-off in the Massena zone. 9:15 left in the middle period, and on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, we're tied at 1.
Devin Paquin just showed me something on that last shift, Jerry. We mentioned that pass that this forward couldn't handle, but that was a smart thing to do. There was a defender laying down. He couldn't jam the puck under him, so he had to flip it over the defender, and if it would have worked, it would have been an outstanding play. And but good heads-up play by that youngster.
Jamie Bova will take the face-off now. Inside Massena territory, off the draw. Raiders try to control it. It ticks free out to center ice. Brandon Hall. Nice head man at Dupree. Can he get by? He couldn't gather it in, and offsides will be the call. And I tell you what, Mr. Hall, after scoring a goal, all of a sudden has a little confidence.
Yes, he does, and the whole Raiders squad has confidence. They've really picked up their game a notch and almost sent Zach Dupree in free. The pass was great right on the tape, but he just muffed it a little bit, and when it did, it caused him to be offside. But he catches that. He's in behind the defense. He's home free.
Face-off will be back in the Massena side of center ice as the Fisher line coming back out. Hall stays out there. Brandon's going to take the face-off. Dupree on one side, McDonald on the other. Off the face-off, Hall kicks it ahead, knocked away, and is picked up on the defense by McDowell. He has it knocked away by Dupree, and they both go down right in front of the two benches at the rim. We'll have another face-off. The puck is underneath them.
Well, this is a new combination that Coach Latham has out there. Mix and match. He's got Zach Dupree on one side with Eric McDonald on the other, in between big number 19, Brandon Hall. I haven't seen this formation combination before.
Pretty good size combination, too. Off the side, jumps over the defenseman, Stick McDonald, comes back, clears the picked up there by the Massena defenseman, squirts off his stick right back out to the neutral zone again. McDonald trying to feed Hall. Here comes Hall across the blue line to Zach Dupree, dumps it in the corner. Around the boards it goes. Hall gets a shot deflected right on. Oh, big, huge save by both. Almost got through his legs, but did not. We're out to center ice. McDonald trying to come up with it. Nobody can come up with it. Finally comes to McDonald, and he lost his edge. And it goes. Puck stolen away by Hall. Right back again comes Fisher. Fisher's headman to Zyka. Nobody has it. There's collisions all over the place. Coming up with it is Hall. Headman pass. McDonald. He gets by one and gets knocked down. Well, puck squirts free. McDonald's back up again. Centering pass. Bounces high in the air. It's knocked down in front of the net. And it's going to be Zyka. Watch this guy. He's good. He gets by one. Here comes Zyka coming in wide. Poke check nicely there by the Massena. That's Ramo. Puck into the circle. Ramo trying to clear it. It goes to Fisher. Fisher shot. Save made by goaltender Dusty DeLille. Puck in the slot again. They move it around the horn. Alfieri gets it right back to Zyka in front, but it's poke checked again. In behind the net, it bounces. Actually, it came off Leduc, and Leduc was right in front of the net. DeLille had to cover up and hold on.
You got to love this action, Jerry. Up and down. And just a second ago, Brandon Hall, you mentioned him gaining confidence. Oh, he fed a great pass into Zach Dupree, who redirected it. Just put the blade down, redirected. And again, talking about the goaltender, good position. He actually didn't make the save, but he was in the right spot. And that's, that's half the battle.
His legs, but he was just down low enough.
Just a great play, great save.
Off the face-off. In behind the net it goes. Tubolino gets by one. Nice headman pass out to center ice. Levine couldn't quite gather it in. Dump back to the Massena line. Back out again. Goes to Levine. Levine from Whitcup. Back to Levine. He backhands it deep in West Genesee territory. Back after Dan Masters. Masters trying to flip it ahead. And he puts it out to center ice. Masters backhands it deep. Massena territory. Bounces off the puck board in behind the net. Leduc throws a check. The puck comes free. It's in the corner. Whitcup after it there. Whitcup moves it along the boards to Levine. Levine trying to move it out to center ice. He gets it out there, but it's intercepted. Dump back. Whitcup steals. Here's Whitcup taking it in. Whitcup gets by the check. Here's Robbie Whitcup. Barges his way through. Centering pass right across the goal mouth. Levine couldn't put a stick on it. Leduc back in there. He bumps it back in the corner. Picked up there by the defenseman, Pagula. Pagula loses. The puck bounces Michaud. Whitcup backhander. That was Levine rather. To the blue line and out to center ice. Now it dumps deep in Massena territory. Tubolino after it. He'll pick it up as they make a line change. Tubolino's long headman pass out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Moulton. Moulton, cross ice pass, comes to the Massena line. Tubolino flips it to Catanzari. Just across the blue line, intercepted. Right back to the neutral zone. Catanzari trying to come up with it. He can't. Here comes West Jenny. That's offsides as the West Jenny player got knocked down and went offside. We'll have a face-off. 6:12 left in a very finely played middle period, and we're tied at 1-1 on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
Those two words, I believe, or we believe, after the Raiders scored that goal, they believe that they can play with this club, and they certainly have picked their game up a notch.
Off the face-off puck, controlled by the Raiders. Ramo, nice headman pass. Paquin, he'll just dump it deep in the zone. Comes off the puck board behind the net, cleared around, in the corner. Toff pinches in, takes it. Dipsy doodles in behind the net, flips it for Paquin. Here's Paquin in the corner, gets tied up trying to step by the check. Paquin still got it, flips it free, gets it free, wraps it around the shot. Short side, they jam at it. It's in the net. No, they wave it off. Oh boy. I thought he went across the line, but apparently not.
Oh, I'd like to see the replay on that one, but the official had a better look than we did. But I'll tell you, goaltender Boba's looking behind him. Devin Paquin walking out from behind the net, trying to stop it on that far side. And I would have, bet the ranch that that baby was in there. But the official right on the spot, I think that thing was in there, and he...
Well, let's ask the expert on goals that are scored and not scored. Coach Plant, was it in or not?
Oh, I tell you.
Face off, right side. Off the draw, won by Massena. Here's a shot, it's blocked. Bouncing puck comes to the blue line, not out of the zone. Kept in there. Mankies battles for it with a defenseman in behind the net. Mankies comes up with a puck, flips it over on the other side. Coming after it is Pinto to the blue line, and the Raiders can't keep it in the zone. Back inside Massena territory. Here comes Zyka, quick shot, and the Raiders come up with it, and out to center ice. Here comes Ramo. Ramo, headman to Mankies. Thomas, a little bit of speed, but he couldn't get the puck away. Comes to Ramo. As Mankies gets knocked down, gets back up. The puck stays free. Here's Zyka. Zyka behind his own net. Has a stick that stays with it. Here's Zyka. Boy, when he builds up the head of steam, you got to watch this guy. He goes by the Massena defenseman. Here's Zyka, and he fired it up over the net. It comes to Ramo, who just bangs it out to center ice. Controlled there by callback. Headman pass. This time it's going to go to Alfieri. Alfieri in the corner, nice move. Has it knocked away though, and it's going to be Raiders moving it out to center ice. Mankies dumped back inside Massena territory. And yeah, he puts him out anytime. And we're down to 5:01 left in the second period, a 1-1 tie hockey game.
This is the Massena club we saw play last weekend down in Buffalo, really playing with a lot of confidence, breaking out of their own end, weak side wing breaking. I'll tell you, this is just a different club from the first period.
1-1 tie hockey game here on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. McConaughey out there against Ramo. And Leduc has the puck for Massena. Backhand pass to the open wing, knocked away. Oh, heavy check thrown there by Catanzarite, but back in the zone. Here comes McConaughey. Nice pass, deflected right on, and the save is made. Platt got the shot off, didn't get all the stick on it that he wanted to, and it kind of trickled in on DeLille, and he covered up.
Raiders doing a good job throwing the body around this period and also leading by example. Robbie Whitcup last shift, he was out there, went down that right side. He was hog-tied and lassoed by Pagula, and he still worked his way down that wing.
Off the face-off, Ramo flips it ahead to Catanzarite, who dumps it to center ice. Picked up there by Pagula. Trying to move it back inside Massena territory, and it's dumped deep in behind the net. After it there is Chad Southwick. Banks it to the blue line, kept in at the point. He'll bounce it away to the circle, back to the point, kept in again. Dumped in the corner, knocked down by the Raiders. Finally, Paquin, nice headman pass, Catanzarite. Here's Catanzarite busting down the right wing side, trying to drop it off to Ramo. Ramo centering pass, Paquin can't get it. Comes back to the point, Southwick winds up. Shot doesn't... Comes back to the point, kept in again by the Massena D. Now there's going to be a penalty on West Jenny. Raiders control the puck. They touch it, and the whistle blows. And there's going to be an elbow call. There could have been a second penalty, too, as Ramo just got railed. They only got the first one, and that's going to go against the defenseman Pagula for elbowing.
Again, the Raiders stretching that West Genesee defense. Beautiful rink-wide pass from Devin Paquin on that left side to Adam Catanzarite going down that right side, and he put that defender over. Could have got that back in the slot a little quicker. I think it was, I don't know if that was Dupree or whoever walking down in, that would have walked right in on top of Bova. But Raiders playing exceptionally well. We 1-1 hockey game in the 4:03 left in the second period.
And we got Levine out there, along with Whitcup and Michaud on the power play. It's going to be Colin Lazare and Nick Toth playing the points. Off the faceoff, puck goes in the corner. Michaud after it. Aaron Michaud with the puck now, drops it in behind, but it's intercepted. He rips it around the boards, kept in by Lazare. Lazare flips it on the 45 to Levine. Levine looking. Front shot, Whitcup, and it's blocked. And a nice pass by Levine, but the defenseman just got over and blocked it. Now DeLeo will flip it all the way to the West Jenny line, where it's dumped right back in the Massena zone. Lazare is there to pick it up. A minute left in the power play. Raiders could use a power play goal. They haven't scored one yet this year, have they? Or yes,
yeah, they're
just
one for 10, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. Here comes Toth with it. Stick handles. Takes it across. Nick Toth in the corner now for Massena. Looks to set it up. Toth goes back to the 45 to Whitcup. Back to Toth. Toth deep in the corner. Centering pass in front. And cutting it was the Massena defenseman. Couldn't get on the puck. Here's Michaud. His shot deflected in behind the net by the defenseman. Puck bouncing free in front. Here's Levine banging at it. And coming out to cover it up is Bova.
Oh, a couple of good opportunities. The first one just a second ago, Shane McDowell, the defenseman, made a great block in front of Bova, and that time Raiders working it around in the corner to the right of Bova, and the weak side defenseman, Colin Lazare, broke down, and they, as you called it, they tried to get it to him, and I think it hit something and hopped over his stick at the last second, because he was in free and clear.
Paquin out there now with Ramo. That's Ryan Ramo and Catanzarite off the faceoff. Ryan Ramo with the puck in the corner, drops it back to the point. Lazare. Lazare back to Ramo. Or no, that's Paquin. Paquin dumps it in behind for Catanzarite. Back to Paquin at the 45. Back to Toth at the point. Toth goes the other way to Ramo. Ramo bounce pass in the corner. Gets it right back again. Here's Ramo. Sliding it back to the point. Toth tries to keep it in. He can't. And here comes Zyka. He and Toth go together. And Toth knocks him off. He gets a shot anyway. And another shot. And DeLeo makes the save. Oh! And I'll tell you what, Nick Toth just got railed by, let's see here, who was that?
19.
Tom Alfieri. I can't believe they didn't call that.
And they're going to call Nick Toth for retaliating. Missed the first one, caught the second one. That's the way it always happens. Going to call Nick for a slash after Alfieri reefed him, and that's why, you know, Nick Toth, one of the most level-headed players you can get out there. When he reacts to something like that, you know it was
I can't believe that.
I can't either. And their coaching staff are really up in arms over that one, and they have every right to be. I don't know how he missed that first one.
I don't know how he missed it. 1-1 tie hockey game with 2:31 left in the second period on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Fisher out there to take the draw against Whitcup in the Massena zone. Off the face-off. Puck picked up by Robbie. He dumps it out to center ice. There's a foot race for it. Here comes Ramo. Ramo with it. Centering pass in front. Back the other way. There could have been a penalty there, I think. Into the zone it goes. Alfieri takes it in the corner, setting up the power play. Gets it to Zyka, back to Alfieri at the point. Here's a shot through traffic, and Dusty makes the save. Puck in the corner. Picked up by Zyka. Zyka back to the point to Alfieri. Alfieri back to Zyka. He's got some skating room. Centers it right in front. DeLeo makes the save on Fisher that time, as Fisher came in from behind the net to Zyka. Zyka clears it back to the blue line. They go to the other point to McDowell. McDowell back to Alfieri. Here's Zyka's shot. Save made. Rebound. DeLeo has it knocked away, but it's bounced out to center ice by the Raiders.
Dusty DeLeo playing with a great amount of confidence right now, Jerry. Just super.
Here's the puck, dumped back to the zone, picked up by Ramo, and he'll flip it down the ice. Raiders make a change here with 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Shane McDowell back after it. He'll pick it up and flip it on the headman out to the neutral zone. Rupert is there to dump it right back inside West Jenny territory. Back to center ice it comes, into the Massena zone. Moulton with it. Moulton cuts across. His shot is blocked, goes into the corner to Fisher. Back to the point it goes. Alfieri keeps it in, dumps it in the corner, picked up by Leduc. Leduc looks to tie it up. The penalties elapsed, and we're back to full strength with 58 seconds left in the period. Raiders do a real good job of killing that one off.
Excellent job, and again, backstop by big number 31, Dustin DeLeo, getting his third start of the year. Dusty's 0-2 coming into today's contest, but he has really been sharp here this afternoon. And the key, again, where last night the Raiders were a little stiff in their own end. They got that early goal. The opposition kind of unsettled Dusty, but tonight he's made a couple of saves right off the bat, and he's as strong as ever.
Off the faceoff, puck in the corner, controlled by nobody really, as they battle for it behind the net. They still battle for it. It finally squirts free to Ramo, and he'll move it ahead. Now he gets tied up in the boards. Hall is in there. Puck away from him. Now Hall battling for it in behind. Has it stolen in front. They get a man free. DeLeo makes the save and gloves it and holds on for the faceoff. As right in front of the net was Josh Platt, and they forgot him. And he was right there in the slot, and the guy behind the net got him the puck. But DeLeo made a great save.
Had three white shirts in behind the goal line and no one out in front. And the Wildcats forward outworked those three and got it out in front to Josh Platt, right out in front, 15 feet, and he just buried one. But Dusty coming up with an excellent save and able to control the rebound.
Off the faceoff, Ramo wins the draw. The puck lifted high in the air out to center ice. Bouncer picked up there by the defenseman. Dumped back in the Massena zone. In behind the net it comes. Leduc. Over to Lazaire. Lazaire around the boards to Paquin. Paquin's headman doesn't clear the zone and is kept in there by Platt. Platt has it knocked away. And back comes Ramo, 1-on-3. Ramo trying to slide it by the defenseman, and it's knocked away. Back to the Massena line, intercepted there by Leduc. Leduc is going to take it across, and he drops it back out by the blue line of Paquin. Paquin winds up. The shot deflected right on. Save made. 5-4. Puck dumped down the ice. That should be icing with 1 second left. So there will be a face-off, and chances are we're going to go to the third period tied at 1.
And I think the Raiders should pull their goaltender right now, put
Why
six
not?
attackers up, and maybe they get a slow trigger finger down there in the clock and direct it towards the net, and everyone crash the net. I don't know.
Billy Reed's running the clock.
Billy's running the clock down there? Well, he's...
I don't know what to say. Whereas Dusty's looking, do you want me to come out?
Yeah, well, I have nothing to lose. Come on.
You can't go down the length of the ice in 1 second. I don't care how slow the trigger
I think they
finger.
want him. I think they want him. They're calling to him.
No, they're
not
not going to do it. Michaud's going to try to get the shot right off the face-off. We'll see what happens. He doesn't. Game is going to be the champion. Here we go. Witka barges his way through. Can he get to the puck? He's hauled down, and the puck bounces in behind the net. Michaud in the corner. Aaron Michaud centering pass right across the goal mouth off a leg, and it's still in the zone. Finally, they move it out to center ice. To the Massena line, across the blue line it goes. There's a battle there, and Aaron Leduc picks up the puck as Michaud throws a check. Leduc flips it ahead. There's a man down. That's Jason McConaughey. He and Michaud went together, and McConaughey went down, and he's still down on the ice.
Down to our left, which is at the east end, and just at the dot there along the boards, and they're calling for the West Genesee trainer to come out.
Calabufo is the coach. Really good gentleman. We had a chance to talk to him before the game, actually at length, and very, very nice guy. And as we mentioned, a family connection. His wife is Father Don Manfred's niece.
I was just going to mention that Father Don was up here doing some scouting yesterday, sitting up in the press box, and we told him that Coach Plant was upset with him last year because he was saying some special prayers when West Genesee and Sam collided. Well, he said he had to keep it in the family, so to speak. But the youngster's on his knees now, and Coach Calabufo tending to him down there. Again, he and Aaron Michaud, and you know, Aaron Michaud's a pretty big youngster, 5'11", 170, and a football player. And a football player, and he that's one thing the Raiders are doing. And slowing this club down, like in the first period, but they're starting to put the body in that second period and slowed him down somewhat. Seen as a good size club, except with that Smurf line, as you like to call him out there, that Rupert Menkes and Ramo, but they can play with anybody.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Surprised to see that Eddie had him matched up with the first line, Fisher, Zyka, Alpha, but they don't give away anything.
No, they don't. And, there's kind of a philosophy there. I was always, I like the matchup. I
Put your checking line.
Yeah, you have a checking line against their big line, but the Raiders coaching staff, they don't do that. We've as they've noticed, they just roll them out there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and it. Again, 2 schools of thought on that. About the same. It gives when you don't match up, you're supposed to give those youngsters put out there a lot of confidence. Hey, coach, will put them out there against their big line, but they do have to make sure they know where number 10 Zyke is all the time. And that Alfieri is no slouch either.
No, that's right. They both are good hockey players. Actually, their top 2 lines are both pretty talented.
Excellent. We mentioned about the breakdown early in the broadcast, how they break out. West Genesee has 3 seniors and 3 juniors, 5 sophomores, and a freshman on those starting 4 units up front. The Raiders go with 5 seniors, 2 juniors, 4 sophomores, and 1 freshman. So pretty evenly as far as class out there. Which ones? And they both have the 6 defensemen they use: 2 juniors, 2 seniors, and 2 sophomores. So
McConaughey is slowly getting up on the ice.
Yeah. A round of applause from both men. Both teams. He is wild. I'll tell you.
I think he took a pretty good shot from Michaud, and we may not see him for a few shifts.
I took my thoughts, Jerry. That's exactly right. He's going to make his way very, very slowly. He centers that line with Ryan Micchio on his right side and Josh Platt on the left. So
back with Fisher's line out there against the Ramo line. Ramo, Dupree, and Catanzari. Or no, let's see here. Who we got on that line? No, it's going to be Paquin on the other wing. Off the face-off, puck comes to Leduc. He backhands it. Got a little bit too much and went up in the stands.
that was about a 30-footer. Almost hit somebody down the far end. That almost hit the coach's son down at the end of our press box.
And Aaron just got a little bit too much of that one, I guess. So the face-off will come just inside the Massena zone. Ramo again will face off against Billy Fisher. Top of the circle, off the draw. The puck trickles back to the blue line, kept in at the point by Moulton, dumping deep in the corner. Zyka, or no, excuse me, that's Alfieri. Alfieri trying to go to Zyka, but it's stolen by Ramo, and Ramo just flips it out to center ice. Actually tried to get it to Catanzari, but it went through his legs. Back inside and back out again. Catanzari is there, gets a piece of it, knocks it away. Now it's dumped deep in Massena territory. He's going to go right in on DeLille, and he's going to cover up and hold on for the face-off. He had Fisher bearing down on him. We played 1 minute in the third period. A 1-1 tie hockey game here on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Raiders back in action this coming Wednesday when they play host to the Potsdam Sandstoners in an NAC encounter. Hope to see you down here.
Bova's line out there now. Off the draw, the puck in the circle. Toth just flips it ahead, and McDonald picks it up. Eric McDonald, his pass intercepted. Back to the Massena line it goes. Here's Bova. Takes it in behind the net, gets it right in front, and DeLille has to make a save. Somehow, he turned the corner, Bova did, and got the puck back in front. And he didn't really have much to shoot at, but DeLille was there to make the stop.
Good move by Bova coming down that left side, but again, a better move by Dusty DeLille. But again, we talked about the transition. You see how quick when their defense on their stick and they moved it ahead to the...
It's going to be Brandon Hall taking the draw against Begley now. Off the face-off, Raiders trying to move it ahead. Out to center ice is McDonald. Headman pass to Dupree. Deflected away. Dupree flips it across the blue line. Hall now to Dupree. They battle for it there along the boards. It squirts free, and it'll be picked up there by Micchio. Micchio makes the move into the Massena zone, but Toth knocks it away. Move it back, McDonald trying to get it out to center ice. He does to Hall. Hall flips it ahead for Dupree. Dupree can't catch up with it. Comes back to McDonald. His backhander. Massena has to get onside, and they're going to make a line change anyway. In behind the net, picked up there by Callback, throws it away, bounces free. Here's Rupert's shot, deflected in front, and oh, great opportunity there. It trickles in front, and it's covered up by Bova, and Zach Dupree couldn't get a backhander on it. He had a wide open net to shoot at, just couldn't get a stick on the puck.
Oh, the puck thrown across the crease, and Zach Dupree standing right there had that wide open net with Bova down and out of position. As you said, he couldn't get the stick on it. I'm not sure if that was Ramo threw it across or that was Rupert, but just an excellent scoring opportunity for the Raiders.
It'll be Fisher out there against Rupert. Face off left side, off the draw, puck bounces in the circle, cleared out to the blue line. Picked up by Leduc. Leduc trying to come up with it. Nobody can come up with it except for Well, that was Zyka taking the shot. Into the corner it goes. The Massena defenseman got a little bollocksed up at the blue line, but now the puck in the corner. And Ramo trying to clear the zone. It's dumped right back into the corner again. And it's underneath. Now finally Ramo has it knocked away. Here's Fisher's shot, knocked away again. And the Raiders are going to clear it down the ice. Get the pressure off. It's going to trickle right in on net. So no icing there, and Bova has to flip it in behind. The Raiders making some changes here. Out to the neutral zone. Here comes Zyka, poke checked away. Now they travel, and here comes the puck in front. The shot fired high over the net as the two Massena players collided. And all the way down the ice it goes off the puck board. Out to the neutral zone. To the Massena zone it goes. Here's an opportunity, short side shot, but picking it up is Whitcup, and he comes back the other way. Here's Whitcup down the right wing side, takes it across, trying to barge his way through. It's knocked away back to the blue line. Olsen keeps it in to Whitcup. Whitcup centers it in the circle, knocked away, back out to the neutral zone, and it trickles back into the Massena zone. Nick Toth after it there for the Raiders. Toth takes it behind the net, starts out in the corner, gets tied up, to the head with a stick. It comes to Michaud, moves it to the blue line, out to center ice. Picked up there by defenseman McDowell. His headman pass. The Raiders make a change. They get caught. Into the zone it goes. Here's an opportunity for Bova, but he's taken wide into the corner, and the puck bounces free as Leduc got back just in time. Now the puck behind the net to Lazaire. Lazaire to the left side. Headman pass, and Levine is out of gas, so he'll come off the ice, and the puck bounces free. Still 1-1 tie hockey game. Massena West Genesee. Puck comes to Leduc at the red line, and I think he's going to be called for a hand pass. And with 11 minutes even in the third period, we're still tied at 1 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
One of the strangest plays I've seen in a long time. It basically was 1-on-2, one West Genesee forward. Defenders, they sandwiched them. They both fell down. All three of them fell down, left the puck there to the trailing Genesee forward.
Here comes Catanzarite. Winds up his shot. He fired it wide. Puck goes all the way around the boards. Kept in. Nope. It's out to center ice. Here comes a 3-on-2 for West Genesee. Busting down the right wing side. Mikio told, taken away. Back out to center ice. Good play by Ramo. Back checking that time. Puck dumped deep in the Massena zone. DeLeo leaves it there for Southwick. He'll flip it around the boards, and it comes out to center ice. Picked up there by the defenseman. That's Callback. Callback trying to get it ahead to his forward. Mikio across the blue line. It goes to McConaughey. He's back. That's good news. And it has a poke checked away by Leduc. And he upends Leduc. The puck along the boards, and they tie it up. It squirts free. Raiders are going to move it out. Here comes the Catanzarite. Trying to move it by the defenseman. He can't do it. Puck bounces free. Picked up there by Josh Platt. Here's Platt. Building up the head of steam. His headman goes by everybody. No. It looked like it might be icing, but he was close enough to the red line where it isn't. And they make a line change as the Raiders move it out center ice. Catanzarite dumps it to an open wing. Check for his efforts. Now the puck in the corner. Picked up there by Alfieri. Back to the point. Dump free right back to Alfieri in the corner. In behind the net. It's poke checked by Ramo. Now it bounces free in front. And Catanzarite. Catanzarite headman for Hall, but too far. The bouncing puck back in the Massena zone. Picked up there by Nick Toth. He'll flip it ahead to center ice. Back in the zone it goes. Knocked back out to center ice by the Raiders' Olsen. Now the puck into the Massena zone again. Toth is there, lifting it out to center ice. They battle for it along the puck boards. Catanzarite backhands it in the zone. He gets off, and it's picked up there by Zyka. Zyka's got a man breaking Alfieri. Alfieri takes it across, knocked away by Leduc, gets it back again along the boards, stolen away there out to center ice again. Poke checked ahead. Here comes Hall. Brandon Hall right down the middle, trying to barge his way through. The puck trickles right on, and jumping on it is Bova.
I'll tell you, Brandon Hall, they say a goal cures a lot of ills. That's the chicken soup of hockey. Since he scored that goal, this is a brand new hockey player. He's playing with all kinds of confidence out there, showing moves he hasn't shown in these first couple of games. And, Coach, he's getting a lot of ice time. Coach Latham likes what he sees.
Brandon Hall will take the face-off to the left side of goaltender John Bova. We're still tied at 1 with 9:02 left in the third period. On the Corky scoreboard, there's a battle for the face-off. It comes back to the point. Southwick dumps to an open corner. Centering pass by Dupree, gets it back again, centers it, goes in behind the net. Puck cleared around the board. Southwick whacks at it, dumps it right back in the corner again. Southwick making a couple of heads-up plays right there. Here's McDonald back to the point. Southwick dumps it into the corner again. In behind it goes. Picked up by Moulton. He flips it around the boards. Lazaire keeps it in momentarily, but now it's poke checked away, and Southwick comes back after it. Here's Southwick in behind the net. He'll rip it around the boards for McDonald. McDonald trying to drop it back for Lazaire. Lazaire, he'll flip it to Southwick. Southwick moves it around on the other side. Dupree. And we're going to have a penalty as Hall got hauled down.
He got hauled down, and the referee going to finally call that one.
Josh Platt will get the gate.
Brandon Hall breaking out of his own end with the puck, and was just hauled down by, as you mentioned, number 7, Josh Platt. Getting back to you, you're talking about big number 16 out there, Chad Southwick. A couple of smart plays, and it were just a super play. He had the puck at the point, and he had a rushing forward coming out, sliding out. If he shoots the puck at him, it's going to bounce by him and out of the neutral zone, maybe a breakaway. Smartly, he just directed it into the corner. It's up by that.
And it's to see that kind of thing happen. They make the smart heads-up play.
That's the little things department.
Exactly. Raiders on the power play here. Here comes Robbie Whitcup. Whitcup gets by one, takes it across, right side, into the corner, setting up the power play. He'll go back to Michaud at the 45. Back to Leduc at the point. Fakes a shot. Goes to Michaud. Michaud right in front. Oh, deflected just wide by Ramo. Great opportunity there. Puck comes bouncing into the corner, and it's intercepted and dumped down the ice against man breaking. Here comes Alfieri. Backhander, shot save made. Raiders not out. Here's a shot into the corner. When the goaltender makes that big save, what can that do for you? Here comes Michaud with Ramo, and his pass goes into the corner. Here's Ramo in behind the net. Ramo circles. Raiders making some changes. He'll drop it to Whitcup in the corner. Whitcup. We've got Lazaire back at the point now, and he's got the puck. Here's Lazaire back to Whitcup. Robbie in the dot. Back to the point. Lazaire. 27 seconds left. Goes to Leduc. Leduc looks. Goes to Michaud, gets it right back again. Leduc winds up, fired it into the corner. Not even close. Whitcup back to the point. Lazaire. Lazaire keeps it in the zone. Flips it in the corner for Ramo. Ramo going back to Whitcup to Lazaire. Lazaire's shot is blocked. Comes out to center ice. Colin Lazaire with 6 seconds left will have to come back to the neutral zone. That's going to take care of the power play. And the puck stolen away there. Here's Michaud. Michaud back the other way for Massena. 1-on-4. Drop pass goes to Whitcup. Whitcup to Ramo. He can't cover it. And back the other way comes Platt. Josh Platt trying to barge by the Massena defense. Takes it in front. Sharp angle shot. Dusty makes the save. Back in behind the net. Raiders clear it into the corner. Ramo throws a check. The puck comes to Whitcup. He'll move it ahead. Whitcup trying to break it out. His pass intercepted. Bounces into the corner. Picked up there. And a hard check thrown by Nick Toth. Whitcup steps by the check, comes away with a puck. Robbie Whitcup, this time he's going to bang it down the ice. Not far enough for icing, though, and a heads-up play by Whitcup. Made a bad pass the last time. He didn't that time. Puck dumped to the Massena, or to the red line. Dumped back into the zone. Back out to center ice, into the Massena zone. And in behind the net for Chad Southwick. Southwick flips it right in front of the net. I don't know what he was thinking of there, but the Raiders will get a break and clear it out. Here comes Massena's Thomas Mankies across the blue line, but Rupert was just a half a step ahead of the play, and offsides will be called.
The last line of defense, the goaltenders, that's what's often referred to, and I'll tell you, Dustin DeLille has been the last and the strongest line of defense as the Raiders broke down in that power play and allowed, that was number 19, Altieri, to break in, walked right in, but just Dusty stoned him.
Off the face-off, puck in the neutral zone. There's a battle for it. Rupert gets a piece of it now. Ramo flips it in the zone, dumped right back out to the Massena line. Southwick dumps it ahead. Off a leg, deep inside. Moulton chasing it down in his own end for West Genesee. He'll flip it around the boards looking for his forward, Lotus. Lotus, long headman pass right on the tape. Here comes Duffy with it. Duffy's got a man breaking. Does he see him? No, he gets the shot off. And if he had seen that man breaking, that's a goal. Here comes Ramo the other way from Massena. Ramo takes it wide. Flips it to Leduc in front. Here's a shot taken by Mankies. He gets knocked down, gets up. Here's Mankies with it. Backhander, save made. Oh, great opportunity for Massena. And now the puck cleared to the neutral. Oh, boy. Southwick has it knocked away and stolen. Alfieri shot, save made by DeLille. He'll cover up and hold on for the face-off.
Oh, boy, a great scoring opportunity. The last couple minutes here, it's been the Wildcats of West Genesee taking the attack to Massena. But Zelensky's coming out of that scrum in front of Bova, working the puck around his backhand, and he just didn't get it up high enough. But
right.
He had the right intentions. But ooh, the Raiders come within an eyelash.
It's going to be Billy Fisher out there against Ryan Ramo in the Massena zone off the face-off, puck in the circle. Here's a shot in behind the net. Now the bouncer goes on the other side. A backhander goes behind the net. Now Zyka after it. He'll flip it in behind. Ramo steps in front of the pass. They battle for it, Ramo and Fisher. Ramo kicks it away. Now the official got in the way. The puck bouncing in front of the net, and it's cleared out to center ice by Ramo. Official almost had an assist. It's in the corner. Lazaire with it. He kind of nonchalant, gets it back again, flips it ahead. And Devin Paquin. Paquin's long head man goes to McDonald. McDonald directs it inside West Jenny territory, right back out to the neutral zone. Nick Toth dumps it right on. And we're going to have an offsides called because Massena hadn't cleared the zone yet. 4:11 left in the third period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, we have a 1-1 tie.
Jerry, are they going to play overtime?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, they never did tell me if they're going to play. We'll find out, won't we? We still got a lot of time.
Great hockey game. If you missed it here at the Massena Arena this afternoon, this has been a real gem. A pleasure to do. Up and down action. Great goaltending. A lot of excitement.
Off the face-off, Whitkup's line. Levine comes up with it, gets knocked down, moves the puck along the boards. Platt with it. Platt almost knocked away, stays with it. Now Michaud, he gets tied up. The puck in the zone, just across the blue line, 2-on-1. They move it in front, and it's deflected. Where is it? It's under DeLille. And DeLille holds on for the face-off. Great opportunity for Lotus as he went to the net. No, excuse me. Who was that? 22, Mikio went to the net without the puck, and the puck ended up on his stick, and he got a shot off.
And it all started when the Raiders lost the battle along the boards in the neutral zone. They had the possession 3 times, had a chance to get it in deep, and they turned it over right at their blue line and created that 2-on-1 opportunity. But again, the last line of defense comes to bail them out.
It will be Whitcup taking the draw. Puck sits in the circle. Finally, moves up with it, starts it out. Aaron Michaud flipping it ahead. Finally, in behind the net. Around the boards it goes, and it's picked up there by West Genesee. Back they come to the neutral zone. Inside Massena territory, Michaud trying to come up with it. Now Leduc along the boards. It's still in the zone. Now it trickles out to center ice. Controlled by Rob Whitcup. Whitcup ahead to Levine. Levine deflects it into the corner. In behind the net it goes, picked up by the West Jenny D as they move it D to D behind the net. Starting out is Pagula to the blue line. Ledoux keeps it in. We're going to have a penalty. Yes. Interference on Michaud.
Aaron Michaud with 3:13, trying to be aggressive out there. Up and down, interfered with the West Jenny player right at the blue line, took him into the boards, and 3:13 left in this hockey game. 1-1, and the West Jenny on the power play. And we saw them early score on their only one of their opportunities on the power play.
Yeah, they're 1 for 2 on the power play. The Raiders have to dig deep now and kill this one off.
I think that line was out there a little long that time, Jerry. That's where they got a little tired. I think quicker line shift.
Off the face-off, puck along the boards. That's Ramo battling for it. Both Ramos are out there killing the penalty. Aaron and Ryan. Ryan, the opener, flew across the blue line. Zyka trying to battle his way through, and the puck in the corner. Ramo, nice job to knock him off the puck. Now in the corner, Leduc. Leduc trying to move it ahead. Aaron Ramo doesn't quite clear the zone. Here's Alfieri. His shot is deflected behind the net by Fisher. Puck in the corner now. Flipping around the boards, it comes to Leduc. He just wants to tie it up behind the net. And the puck squirts free. He does not do it. Zyka back to the point, gets it right back again. Steps into the circle, shot right on. It's underneath. And the whistle blows. Dusty closes his legs and holds on.
Yeah, but Dusty looked behind him. He had no idea where it was, and the puck was laying right between his legs. We could see it as plain as day. Everyone could see it except Dusty. His first reaction, look behind me. Second reaction, close the legs.
And there's going to be a penalty on West Genesee, apparently Moulton, for roughing. And that'll even things up, and Dick Johnson has a couple more gray hairs.
I tell you, those are tough penalties to take. The West Genesee coach, Frank Calabufo, must be really upset. You're on the power play down at 2:30, and you take a roughing up in that offensive end.
And not only that, it moves the face-off outside the zone. Off the draw, puck in the Massena zone. Toth backhands it to the neutral zone. Along the boards it goes, back inside Massena territory. Bodies are flying around. Here comes Rupert. Rupert lost it off the end of his stick. Dumped deep in the Massena zone in behind the net. After it there, Chris Olsen. Olsen gets tied up. Alfieri gets the puck away from him, moves it side of the net, and it's cleared in behind. Olsen again. Chris Olsen just puts it off the boards out to center ice. A little bit of duress. Now here comes Rupert. He's got Whitcup with him. Whitcup and tries to get him the puck, and he didn't have enough on the backhand. Puck dumped all the way down. That's going to be icing against West Genesee and move the faceoff back in their zone. Almost a 2-on-1 there, but just not enough on the pass.
Again, a confidence builder. Coach Latham has young Chris Olsen out there, only a sophomore, 5'11", 160 in this crucial time of the game, 4-on-4 situation. He's got the youngster out there. That gives him a lot of confidence, instills confidence in him. Excellent move. Love to see that.
1:52 left in the third period. 9 seconds in the Massena penalty, 52 in the West Jenny penalty. 1-1 tie hockey game. Off the draw, Ramo trying to win the faceoff. He gets the puck, centers it. It's knocked away to the blue line, out to center ice. And Lazaire with it, or Lazaire rather, he couldn't come up with it. Dumped ahead. Paquin loses it in his skate, then flips it in the corner to Ramo. Ramo back to Catanzari. Back to Ramo, in behind to Catanzari, in front shot! Save made! Oh, good passing play by Massena. Catanzari triggered it, but right into Bova, and he held on for the faceoff.
Big save by goaltender John Bova has Ryan Ramo and Adam Catanzari. Just a beautiful passing play. Ramo in the corner had received the pass from Catanzari. Adam broke to the net, and Ryan returned it right on that short side. But again, good position by Bova. He didn't give Adam much to shoot at.
Faceoff right side. Whitcup. Off the draw, Massena on the power play, back to Leduc at the point. He'll dump it in behind the net. 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Back to the point, and it goes by Leduc out to center ice. There's going to be a foot race for it. And here comes the shot right on, and the save made as racing in there was Alfieri. And boy, he can motor, can he?
Sure can.
Puck dumped deep in the corner. Michaud. Aaron Michaud with it, setting up the power play. Massena getting that last guy on. It's Toth. Toth back to Michaud. Michaud, snapshot, goes to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it out of the corner into the final minute. His shot deflected in front. Save made by Bova, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. Penalty as he laughs. We're down to 54 seconds left in the third period. A 1-1 tie hockey game.
Smart move by Aaron Michaud. Gained control of the puck in that offensive zone, but the Raiders are making a change on the power play on the point. Nick Toth late coming off the bench, and Michaud waited and waited and waited till Nick got out there and got it back to him. But heads up play.
Paquin, Ramo, and Catanzari out there now. 1-1 tie hockey game on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. 54 seconds left in the third period. Off the draw. Puck goes in behind the net. It's ripped around the boards and out to center ice. In the Massena zone is Zyka. Bill Zyka in behind. Takes it around behind and throws it out by the blue line. Raiders pick it up. Can't clear the zone. It'll come to Toth. Toth flips it ahead. Has it knocked away. Catanzari comes in to help out. This time flips it ahead. Center ice, Ramo. Ramo's got Paquin with him. Ramo takes it across. Catanzari trailing. Goes to Paquin. Paquin gets a shot off. It's blocked. Back to the blue line. Leduc shot right on. Rebound. In front. It's free. Shot. Score! Devin Paquin! And the Raiders go ahead 2-1 with 19 seconds left in the third period.
Devin Paquin falling at home, but the key was the shot from the point, and I'm not sure who took the shot, if it was Leduc or Toth, but it was Paquin started the play, kept it in the zone, it flipped to the left side, they got it back to the point, and that defenseman on that left side, I think it was Aaron Leduc, took that low shot through traffic. Bova makes a save, couldn't control the rebound, it pops out. Devin Paquin through the crease and backhanded into the wide open net, and the Raiders have taken a 2-1 lead with 19 seconds left in this game. Oh boy, I'll tell you.
Amazing.
Oh, amazing. And if they hold on to this 19 seconds, the number one star has got to be that number 31 out there who's skating to the bench, because he has just played with great confidence, and he's given confidence to his teammates who have just rebounded here after that first period. And wow, Devin Paquin, well, Ryan Ramo, they give the assist to Ryan Ramo. He must have been back there. I'm not sure who took that shot, but that was, if not, there should be another assist to the defenseman. It was free. Sure, we're going to give it back there. Sal said it was number 3. It came from the Aaron LeDuc. The shot came from the point, and Ryan Ramo must have got a stick on it after Bova made the initial save. The Grand Canyon gets Bova out of the position, and Paquin with a backhander, and that's his second goal of the year, and it could be a game winner. We'll wait and see. 19 seconds left. Whoa.
That was, wow, excellent, excellent.
The defending state champions, 6-0 coming into this game, and they're on the brink of being the first loss of the season.
Off the face-off, 19 seconds left. The Raiders can't control the puck. Here's Alfieri. Alfieri, shot, save made. Puck comes back toward the blue line, not out of the zone. They pull their goaltender. Extra attacker out there. Goes back to the point. Here's the drive knocked down. Raiders look to move it out to center ice and do. 3, 2, 1. The Raiders are going to win this one. 2-1. And Dusty DeLille. What a game.
And the Raiders en masse off the bench is mobbing Dustin DeLille as he just had an outstanding game, and they all did. Actually, he was the catalyst, but they picked it up from there. And what an exciting hockey game we had here this afternoon at the Massena Tournament, with the Raiders upending the undefeated West Genesee Wildcats, and a great hockey game. Both coaches have to be, the effort was outstanding. Outstanding. Down. We're going to have the awards ceremony right now. They're lining up. The players are shaking hands, but ends up with all 4 teams garnering a win here in this tournament. Saratoga, West Genesee, Massena, and Ithaca all coming up with wins. But I'll tell you what.
All 4 teams in this tournament finished with 2 points. Some points tossed, other things decided. Here's the way it will work out. We're finishing in 3rd place, the Little Red of Ithaca High School. Finishing in 2nd